The truth about the viral Coach Brooklyn bag. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos twice a week. So I finally picked up the Coach Brooklyn 28, primarily for research purposes. But then I also feel like when I think about a fall bag, I can't think about a fall bag without thinking about the Coach Brooklyn. So I got both. Got one in suede, got one in the regular smooth leather. Let's chat through my thoughts, what fits, especially for fall. If it fits over a coat, I feel like that's really important for a fall bag and general first impressions. I'm just holding up one because they're both the same, just different material. Both of these retail for $295. I believe they haven't really raised the price since this came out last year, which I will say I'm very impressed by because this is a very, very popular bag. I think 2021, I think, was the Coach Pillow Tabby. And so that was really, really popular, died down, and then this has kind of taken over the new like Coach bag. I saw this everywhere in New York. I really haven't seen it that much here in Northern California, but I saw this everywhere in New York. In terms of dimensions, this is 11 inches by 11 inches, and then the width is 3.25 inches. I would say this is like a medium-sized bag. It doesn't fit that much. I'm gonna be curious to see if it fits a laptop inside because I feel like it might fit vertically like this. But yeah, this does have a 10.5 inch strap drop, which is a pretty generous strap drop. I think this is quite comfortable. It's hopefully gonna fit with a coat, a puffer jacket, you know, things like that. And then this is in natural grained leather. You do see the grain in it, but it is on the more smoother side. I think when I think about like grained leather, it's definitely not as durable and as coated as, for example, like the Kate Spade leather or even like Prada Saffiano, Chanel Caviar, like definitely not like that. This feels relatively thin. It feels pretty delicate for the most part. I got a chance to unbox both off camera. I wanted to unbox it on camera, but then I also wanted to form complete thoughts before sharing with you guys. So I unboxed it off camera, and this one came fully wrapped. As you can see, there's still like protection on the sides. Everything was packaged really, really well, versus the red one came just like shoved in a dust bag, and there's like a loose thread right here, and there looks to be a couple like scratches and just like maybe it's like discoloration on the bag. So I don't know if this was a display, I don't know if this was a return, but that was something that I noticed off the bat. And so I think moving forward, I'd probably just get it in store so I know exactly what I'm getting, because it was weird that one came like brand spanking new, all the wrapping, everything perfectly, and then this one just came thrown in a dust bag. Okay, I want to try on both for you guys so you can actually see what it looks like on. Keep in mind I am 4'11", and so I feel like this is actually really good size on me. I did try on the 36, which is one size up, in London, and this bag was freaking massive. Like, it was halfway down my thighs. I was shocked at how big that bag was. And there's no like in between size, which I think was kind of weird. But I think for me, this would be the best size to go for. I think they may even have like a size 20. I think I saw this in stores one time. It was like a really, really tiny version of it. I think this is going to be the best version of it for every day compared to the largest size. Also very excited to report that this fits over a coat, a thicker jacket. I used my fur coat as the benchmark because with the Aritzia puffer that I have, which is probably about the same level of puffiness compared to this fur coat that I have from Abercrombie, but I feel like with the material of the puffer, sometimes it slides off. And so I really wanted to do a test to see like if it fits over the shoulder for the coats, which it does. And it's very comfortable. It stays over the shoulder as well, versus the Aritzia puffer. I really don't wear that much. Like, I think if I'm also thinking about like which one I would style with more, I think it would be the fur coat. So it just made more sense to do it with the fur coat. This was also really bold of me because the air conditioning is currently blasting right now, which I usually don't turn on, and it's like 90 degrees. But it is fall season, so we have to trek on with a fall bag video. Okay, here is a quick little what fits in the bag, and then we'll head over to the first impressions. Here is everything that fits in the Coach Brooklyn 28. I want to reiterate, just because it fits doesn't mean you should actually carry it like this, because you don't need to carry your laptop and your full-size iPad and a water bottle. Like, this is not going to keep the bag looking in great condition. It does fit though, so we're here to show what actually fits. Realistically, I would ditch the laptop, I would keep the iPad, I would put my headphones in here and mini keypad, and then travel with that instead. So moving into what fits, obviously both are the same size, they're just different materials, so they both fit the same amount of stuff. I think in terms of first impressions, my first impression is that this is a really good size on me. I think this is the perfect size. It doesn't look too big. It's going to be perfect for me because you guys know I don't carry very much every day. And I think because of the slouchy look and feel, you can get away with putting more stuff in here, but you also don't have to. And it's just a really great bag. I was also really impressed that a laptop fits in here. So I have the MacBook Air, like the 13-inch MacBook, and she does in fact fit. I feel like this fits. I know a lot of people might disagree. I feel like this fits because I would carry it like this. I don't think you should carry it like this if you are hopping on the subway to commute to work. This is not practical. This is not realistic. A normal person should not be carrying their laptop like this halfway, maybe not halfway, maybe like a third hanging out of the bag to get on public transportation. However, I go from my car to work. I go from my car to a coffee shop. This is fine. I would totally do this, and you can still wear this over your shoulder like this. However, I would be very, very, very careful with how much you're putting in this bag, because this just doesn't feel very sturdy. The bag is quite flimsy. It feels really thin. They have, I think it's like double lined in the handles up until here, but for the most part, it's a really, really thin bag. And so I would be really nervous carrying something this heavy like a laptop every single day for a long stretch of time, because it's going to take a toll on the strap, it's going to take a toll on the corners, everything. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but this is a really comfortable bag to wear over the shoulder. The very generous strap drop, it passes the coat test, which I'm also very impressed by, which also makes this a good fall bag, because I think there's quite a few shoulder bags that I have in my collection, the Prada Crystal being one of them, where the handle is so small that I can't wear it during the winter because it doesn't fit over my coat. And so I think having a generous strap like this is essential for a fall and winter bag. And then in terms of like the differences kind of between the two, obviously suede versus the red one. The suede feels a little bit more seasonal, but it also feels a little bit more on trend, especially for right now, versus the red one. Both these bags are outside my comfort zone. I don't know. We'll put it that way. I don't know. I like both of them, but they're a little bit too outside my comfort zone that I don't know I'm gonna use it as much. The red one, you guys, I mentioned a little bit, I'm seeing a little bit of wear and tear already. Again, I don't know if it's because this was returned. I don't know if this is display, but there's like a loose thread coming out. There's a couple scratches kind of on the bag, versus the suede one looks brand new, no issues with it, anything there. I also wanted to note that this does have one magnetic clasp, but it is really easy to get in and out of. And so I think if security is an issue for you, I would have liked to see this bag with a zipper potentially. I mean, it's not uncommon for tote bags or hobo bags like this to not have that great security. So I guess I can't say I'm too surprised. And then they do have one interior pocket that does have a button closure, but it is really, really strong and like hard to get in and out of. You definitely need two hands to do it, and then you need two hands to push it back in together. Because of that, I don't foresee myself using that like little pocket very much. It does look pretty big. It looks like it will fit a phone, but I think if you were to put a phone in there, because the bag is just so slouchy, that it will topple over. Now the biggest question, is the Coach Brooklyn worth it? I think for the price you're paying, you're getting a pretty damn good bag. Minus a couple scratches and loose thread on the red one. I think the suede one looks absolutely stunning. There's definitely a couple cons in terms of it being a little bit too thin, feels a little bit flimsy, but this is a comfortable bag. It fits your laptop. It looks chic. However, I also feel like on the flip side, we can't judge it with like every little microscopic detail like we normally would when we are comparing, for example, a Chanel bag, because I'm not paying Chanel prices for this bag. This is 1/20th of the price. So it's really not an apples to apples comparison. I've seen a lot of people in comments talking about, I think when I talk about like Chanel price increase or, you know, just other designer bags, because that is typically what I talk about on my channels, which is luxury designer bags, people will always comment, I would rather buy Coach. I think there's a ton of people that will do that. Like that is your prerogative. I think I am a lover of handbags in general. It kind of doesn't matter the price for me. And so I will love a $300 handbag. I will love a $6,000 handbag. But I don't think that you can put Coach and Chanel to the same standard. So I think this is a really good bag for what you're paying for. It's a little flimsy. It could have a little bit adjustment with the security, but overall, it's not a bad bag. However, I will be cognizant because I am chronically online. This bag has been very popular for the last year. I would not be surprised with how quickly trends move that this will look dated within 6 months. I give it 6 months, to be honest. I think by the time fall, winter is done and this bag has been styled out, you know, everything like that, by spring, they're gonna say this bag is overdone. I also feel like this bag doesn't look really cute in spring and summer colors. Like I saw it in light blue and I was like, it just like doesn't hit the same. I feel like this is meant to be a fall and winter bag. I think because of how quickly trends move and the way that this bag just kind of skyrocketed into popularity, it doesn't surprise me that it's going to crash relatively quickly as well. And you know, there's going to be a next it bag that rolls around that people are going to get. With that said, this is a $300 bag. I think if you're not big into like following trends, wanting to be, you know, on the forefront of every single trend, it bag, whatever, I say go for it. But if you want to be that person, I think that this bag has already hit its peak and it's going to start declining in the next 6 to 12 months. You can come back in 12 months in 2026 and say that I'm wrong, but I just don't think that this time next year, this bag is going to be as popular as it was this past year in 2025. So should you get it? That's up to you. I think that if you don't care about trends and you genuinely like the bag, I say go for it. However, if you care about trends, I would probably skip this one or get something that you genuinely like, not because it's trendy. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments if I should keep the suede one, if I should keep the red one. I kind of got both for research purposes, but it's unique enough in my collection, you know? So let me know if you think I should keep it or if you envision a different bag for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave another video for you guys here and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!